Good day, everyone. My name is Professor Jeffrey Wissotsky, and today is March 26, 2024. I have the privilege of introducing Joel Weiss, our guest speaker for the BCC Media and Digital Film Club, directing the actor for a student film lecture. One of our students, Tyler Ross, is going to introduce Joel Weiss. Tyler, you're on.
All right. Good morning. My name is Tyler Ross, and today I'll be reading the intro for Joel Weiss. Joel Weiss is a graduate in both Bronx Community College and Lehman College in the Bronx. Joel Weiss has appeared in more than 75 films, 60 plays, and 40 television shows, and another dozens of commercials, including multiple requests by acclaimed film directors Walter Hill, Gary Marshall, and Robert Townsend. Joel kicked off his career as one of the stars of the classic cult film The Warriors as Cropsey, the rogue gang member who has the unforgettable part of driving the hearse. In 2019, the film was celebrated for its 40th anniversary, with the celebrations happening worldwide. These included ones where Joel was an invited guest at England, Ireland, Scotland, Chicago, and the film's birthplace in New York City. Other cult roles are in the sci-fi horror film Congo, and as Cal Rooney, the Carnival Barker serial killer killed by fellow serial killer Dexter in the hit TV show Dexter.
Round of applause for Joel Weiss. Thank you. So Joel, we're going to start off the lecture with extra casting. Okay. Many of the students that you see from the film club, from the classes, they all want to participate in Sylvia Fay, Lee Resnick casting networks and become extras. Many of the students are even thinking about maybe a career as an actor, but many students are not. They want to be on the set, and they want to see how a director works with actors and works with the crew. Could you give them a little advice of what they can expect by becoming an extra on a feature film or television show?
Well, it's not what you expect, it's what you don't expect. When you get a job as an extra, it's a learning process. Once you are sick of it, you don't want to do it anymore. But when you're on there, you make friends, you watch how a movie's done, you hear things, and you have to react. What I mean by that is, at any given time, you're not an extra anymore. All of a sudden they say, hey you, can you walk across this way and say hello to this person or shake their hand? So never go on that set negative. You're going there, you're learning, you're making friends, something magical will happen. Now, we don't know, maybe it won't, but as long as you do something, you're not in your house, you're learning something. That's the most important thing, you're showing up. That's the main thing. Yeah, they get paid, and you know...
They're non-Screen Actors Guild pay for
I don't know. You know what? It's probably low, but you know, I had to do the same thing you guys did. I was doing a play called Speakeasy. I wasn't SAG yet. So I heard when you're on it...
Explain to them what SAG is.
Yeah, SAG is Screen Actors. Now it's after SAG. The thing was, I wasn't SAG yet. So I heard about this movie called 7th Avenue, and everybody in the play said, you got to go and do this. So I went and did it. I spent the time there. At that time, $25. We're going back, okay? But to me, living at home and $25 cash for that day, and I'm around a movie, and I'm around actors and big name actors and everything, and I'm learning something, watching, maybe something will happen. I had a great day. You know,
by the way, now it's above, I think, 200 for non-Screen Actor Guild, non-SAG.
Oh, really? Wow, so that's a go-to deal.
And plus, you still get a box lunch.
Well, that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good, and also you're going to learn something.
So, Joel, here's the next question about all of our students that hopefully will be working as extras this semester. What can they expect if they want to get a line in a movie? Is there any way to predict if an assistant director or someone will say, hey, look, I know you weren't coming today to be an extra to do a line, but I always think about that extra from The Warriors when the Horde of Baldies are coming. I forgot his name. He was in a basement room, and they said, here's a line, and he got into the Screen Actors Guild. Is that something that happens all the time?
Yeah, it happens all the time, because most people near me get the lines too. For some reason, when I have a major role in a movie, like I did Flamingo Kid, this guy was an extra. I don't know how to drive, so they put him in the car to drive for me, and he got upgraded. So there was another guy who ended up on General Hospital, I forgot his name, he came up to me and started talking to me on Brewster's Millions. Walter Hill came over and upgraded him.
So the upgrade is in the salary, or are they able to get a
No,
union
both.
card?
Yeah, you get a SAG card. That too, you can get your union card. But nowadays, it's a new thing where you get 4 or 5 vouchers. They do this in LA, I heard. They do this and you get your SAG card. So the more you do, and it's a SAG job, then after that you get the card. A long time ago, you had to get a line in a movie or something, or get on a soap opera or something, a line. Now it's less difficult, but difficult still. It's always difficult.
We will contact Effie Wright at Backstage and find out the rules in New York, because if that's the case, if you act Gabby as an extra in 5 films and get those 5 vouchers, you could become a
SAG
straight actor.
vouchers. They have to
SAG
be SAG,
vouchers.
yeah.
That's
if you get those vouchers.
If not, you're going to have to go to L.A. and do it
Right,
there.
yeah, you don't want to go there.
But here's the second question. Joel just mentioned about driving. Now, there's no secret. Joel will tell you the story in a moment about he had to drive a hearse in this movie, and he did not have a driver's license. He did not know how to drive. I don't think you still don't have a driver's license.
don't.
Joel's not a driver. So how many of you, raise your hand, are planning to get a driver's license before you graduate from Bronx Community? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. It will come in handy. But Joel, could you don't have to tell the class why you don't want a license, but tell them what happened on this particular film when they thought you knew how to drive.
Let me backtrack this. I went to see a stage reading about a week ago with an actor named Robert Pine. He was on Chips, okay? He was the sergeant on it. I know it's an old show and everything. But what happened was, that was my first job in California. I got a part, Wilson Carter. I was a car thief. I had a great part on Chips, okay? The only Halloween episode. Robert Pine directed this. Now, I haven't seen the guy in like 30 years, right? I'm not lying. So I went back after the reading, and he said, "This is the guy. I tell the story about him. He didn't know how to drive. He's playing a car thief." And he's telling it to Bruce Davidson. You don't know who he is either. He's a very good actor. And I couldn't believe it all these years. The only thing he said every time, he's the only time he ever directed, "This guy's the guy. He's right here." And he said, "How are you?" and everything. He couldn't remember my name, then he knew everything. And back to this. When I got The Warriors, I read the script, and it said, Cropsey starts the car. So I didn't know how to drive. So before I started the film, I took driver's education. But I failed with a 48. You gotta go below 20 to pass. Now the written test, I got 100%, no problem there. But when I got behind the wheel, I get 2 tensed up and all that. I just didn't care about it, you know what I mean? Even when I took the test, well, make the long story short, they taught me on the film. They took me on Saturdays with an AD, and I didn't have to learn to drive. This is the key. I had to hit the mark. If you fall, when you're driving a car, if you don't hit your mark, the camera guy gets screwed up. If you go over it, it's a little bit better, but if you fall before it, it's bad. So you have to hit the mark, so it's better. So they trained me just to hit the mark, not to drive, just to hit the mark and not run over the cameraman.
And you did great.
Yeah, I did. I really did. I did great, because they had a garbage can.
We're going to see that scene in a second.
Right.
It wasn't a normal car. It was a hearse. It's like where they carry, coffins.
And I drove in Coney Island all the time. The only thing I didn't do was back up the car. When I was done shooting, a guy would back up the car. And I had a stunt duplicate. I did another movie called Street Soldiers. I was supposed to drive in that. And they had a stunt guy driving. But they had the camera car. Camera car is where they drag the car and you look like you're driving. It's great. You know what I mean?
So I want to bring up something also that you just mentioned. We went to the Museum of the Moving Image in Astoria last year with the Film Club, and they have on display there Marlon Brando's dentures, where they put the puffy putty in, so he would talk like this.
Wow.
Could you tell the class about some of the prosthetic, especially the tooth that they gave you for this scene?
For the film, out of the blue, they called me up. I didn't know. They said, "We want to get a gold tooth for you, a frame. But we need it. So either we'll get a dentist for you, or do you have somebody?" I said, "Oh yeah, I have my dentist and everything." So they called up my dentist, Dr. Lowy, and he got so excited. Paramount Pictures calling him up. He said, "Oh, I'll do it right away." He called me up, "Joel, thank you very much." I said, "Did you charge him more? Because, come on, it's a movie company." No, I don't care. You know what I mean? "Well, you charge me." You know what I mean? But so he said, "You got to do me a favor. I'm going to make the frame. Come over, we'll make the frame, and then you got to go to Queens. I have to do it, you know what I mean? So I had to go to Queens, and then I had to go and pick it up.
Well, pick up the gold too.
Yeah, I had to go. First, I had to go there and drop it off instead of waiting.
But it was only one gold too.
No, they had two. Two. One backup.
But tell the class what happened after the movie. What happened to the gold teeth?
Well, the gold teeth are gone. They moved. That was the whole thing. I didn't swallow them or anything.
But he got to keep them.
I got to keep them. But you know what's a shame about it right now? They're worth a lot of money.
You know how much the gold teeth for Cropsey from the Warriors would be worth?
Yeah.
They sold it. They wanted to sell the toilet from The Godfather,
right,
where Michael had the gun hidden behind.
When I do the Comic Cons, if I had the gold tooth there, and say, "Give me your best price," these people, I'm not lying, $1,000 more than that for the gold tooth, and I had two of them. Come on.
Listen, they just sold a booth from The Sopranos from the last episode for $90,000, and they didn't even have the music little jukebox. That didn't come with it. The prop people took.
They would pay.
So here's a little moral of the story: if you work on a film, and I have a lot of students that have done this in prop department, the producers will come usually to buy back or want for free their props, especially if it's a gun, glove, something that had a key part in the elements of the story. Try to always keep the props that you think might be worth something.
And don't move from your house without them.
Yeah, make sure you put them in a special box.
Yeah, I had them in the thing.
So before we go on to the next story, we're going to cue up the scene where Joel learned how to hit his mark in the hearse. And then we're going to look at one more scene that's on here. Joel, I'm going to ask you to pick the movie, and then we're going to take Q&A.
Okay.
But the next scene, if I'm correct, should be the scene with you driving the hearse.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
No, you know what? We had me driving the hearse here too.
No, I think there's another one.
This one too. No, because I drove up to the mark in the can.
This is where you actually see him. It's surprising that they didn't give you a stunt man to do that.
No, they could. They could cheat. They could have guy wearing my hat in the car, but nah. They wanted Joel Weiss to do it. Walter Hill wanted me to learn to, he wanted me in it no matter what.
I don't think this was it.
No, that's not it. That's not me drawing.
You know what? It should be right under the one, above it or below it. If you could just cue it up, go back to the one you were just at.
No, that's not it either.
That's not it. We'll find it.
It's got to be the one above it.
I think it's like the fifth one down, fifth or sixth one down.
No, that's not it.
Keep going all the way down. Keep going. No, one more. Nope.
No, I think it's up.
Yeah, it might be there. That might be it. Yep.
No.
Well, we're going to see all the clips.
Yeah, we're doing it now. No, we're going. It's got to be way up at the to the top. Go back to the top. Yeah, I think that would be it.
Yeah.
No, that's the front. You're right. You know it. You know it better than I do. Yeah, you know what? You know the order better. I don't know the order.
Oh.
No.
I would try number 7.
No.
Try number 7. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 8. Try number 8. Number 8. Yeah. No, number 9.
No, that's Jeff's movie.
Well.
No, Jeff's movie. No.
That's with Richard Pryor.
Yeah. There we go.
That's it. Okay, blow it up, make it big.
So
that's. By the way, that's Jenny Ortiz. She was in my student film at City College. It's amazing how all my student film actors got to be in The Warriors. Just shows you if students start off in your own student film, they end up.
No,
so it's probably not on here. Okay, so then what, Joe? Pick one we're going to show, and then we'll.
I'm not driving in any of these.
That's all right. Just pick one.
Let's go with the hot dog one again. The hot dog one. No. We're going cool. This is live.
4? Number 4.
No. Anything. No, that's a rabbi. There we go. Let's go with this.
Hot diggity dog. We can get the best hot dogs from this side of the Mississippi. Man, take your order, please.
Yes, let me have a root beer.
1 root beer.
1 hot diggity dog with everything.
Everything except onions.
Okay.
Wow. It's a surprise seeing you here.
I could say the same about you. But I guess great minds think alike.
Sir, would you like everything on your long dong silvers?
No, I didn't.
Would you like grilled onions instead, sir?
No, he doesn't want any onions.
Would you like raw chopped onions, sir?
No, no thanks.
What about on the side? We could put your onions on the side.
I don't like onions.
There's a procedure you have to follow here at Hot Diggity Dog. First, I have to ask if you want grilled, raw, or onions on the side in that order. I don't know what I'm supposed to do if you don't want onions.
Okay, just put them on.
Okay.
So, round of applause. So, class, Joel has an interesting approach to talk to you about memorizing lines. And Joel, if you can share that with our students, like what is one of your techniques, especially based on the budget and how much time you get to read the script? Let's use this scene as an example. When did you get the script and how long did it take you to memorize those lines?
Right away, I got the script and I hear the other voice, I listen to the other lines, and then I react to the other lines, so it becomes real.
But do you read with a friend? Do you read with your wife? With Lisa?
No. I sometimes I don't have any help. I had my sister a long time ago. She'd do the lines with me. Or when I really am ready, I'll go to my wife to do it. But most of the times, tape recording it or I write it out. I write it out a lot. Nowadays, you have to write it out or get it printed out from the computer. I hate that. I like hard copy. I like the script, hard copy, everything, so I can read it like a Bible, mark things out. No, it's just that part. You are the guy. You feel the part, and you hear the other voices. And like right now, I'm doing a principal of a school, of a shooting and everything. So the guy comes in make a long story short, he says all this stuff, and I'm reacting to it. So all the lines come easy when the other person talks. And rehearsals. A lot of films, you don't get rehearsals. But a lot of them you do, and you learn your lines that way. You really do. You'll have rehearsal. The repetition really helps. And the blocking, the moving around and everything. Like when I got there for the hot dog guy, I got there way early. I saw my surroundings. So I knew what was around me in the window. And I knew where they were going to be. And if they were courteous, if they were there, they would do lines with me. I did a movie called Spaceman about Bill Lee. And what's his name? Oh, God. He's a great actor. And then I got there. He starts feeding me the lines. We start chit-chatting, and then he starts doing the lines with me right away. Boom, boom, boom. So when we got on the set...
practicing.
Yeah, no, he went right into it. He said, so how you doing, ba-ba-ba? And then we started doing lines. He just did it right away. And it was great, because you're right there. You know what I mean? And then there was another actor, Wings Hauser. I didn't want to rehearse on this other film. I just wanted to do it, right? But he said, you know what? Let's do the lines, okay? And I didn't want to, but I said, you know what? He's Wings Hauser. He's a very good actor. I said, okay, we start doing it. So before the shoot, I was already fired up already. So when we did it, I went with the thing, and it was like right there. So it's good to do it, the repetition.
Joel, is there any particular project where one of your colleagues did not have the lines down like you and the director got upset, not with you, but with the person you were reading with? I mean, are some actors not as prepared as you?
Well, you got to be prepared for the preparedness. Like if they don't go with the book, you know what I'm saying? You have to be ready for that, to be ready. You know your character, you know what's the scene. So if you know the scene, then whatever goes on there is going to be real. So you might not, if you're doing a play, or if it's David Mamet or Richard Price or somebody very famous writer, Arthur Miller, they don't want you changing. Everybody, anybody doesn't like changing the lines.
Not one word, right?
Right, nothing. But if you, if they leave room and it looks good, you know, they'll go with it.
So when Joe Pesci did the line, "Leave the gun, take the cannolis," I understand that was ad-libbed in The Godfather. Did Coppola get mad at him, you think?
I don't think so. Not him. I don't think he does it. If it works, you go with it. You know what I mean?
Do you ever ask the director? I know you've asked me when I've worked with you. Jeff, is it all right if I change this line a little? Do you do that?
Well, you know, the craziest thing is, if it's not comfortable, it's not coming out right, you know, they'll change it. You know, you'll change it or they'll change it because they don't want to keep filming the mistakes. You know what I mean? So they'll just...
So I'm going to give you an example. If we could get it queued up, go back to the scenes.
Oh, there's one more technique.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you didn't know your lines, right? It's just a technique of directors. They will echo. It's an echo thing. They'll do the line to you, and you'll repeat it, and they'll film it with you doing it. Okay, so they'll do that whole thing. Like they'll say, "Hello, how are you?" And then you go, and don't be stubborn. You say, "Hello, how are you?" Right? So you do that whole thing, and then everything's perfect. because they want to get it in the can any way they can. Or the God, like Marlon Brando, reading off the forehead. Any way you can do it, if you have the ability to do it and do it kind of right, and it looks good, then it's okay. But most of the time, just get the lines down if you can and be comfortable with it, you know. But a lot of times you rehearse, and it's like, you know, more you rehearse, you improvise. Because when we did Jeff's film, we improvised before we
I'm gonna tell that story.
Yeah,
Here's the scene. Day before, well, we can pause it for a second. Day before the scene, the lead actress said her grandmother had just passed away and she had to jump on a plane. And I'm sorry. And we already had everything booked. We hired a parrot for Orchard Beach. I actually played the parrot photographer. You'll see in a moment. Night before, I went with my co-writer, Peter Rondinone, and I said, what are we going to do? I said, we can't reshoot this. We got Joel's going away. She's not coming back for a week. So we just scratched our heads, and everyone in those days used to send in a hard copy photograph with their resume. And we pasted her picture on a beach ball and rewrote the scene for Joel. And Joel improvised it. So basically, instead of him talking to the lead actress at the beach, he's talking to a beach ball with her picture on it. Simple idea, right? So you always have to be creative and say, you know, think out of the box. So this is the scene that goes from the bedroom to the beach. And you'll recognize the photographer.
Come here.
Now, Johnny, the best part.
Oh, man, Mondo, look at the hat. It's all flat on top.
Johnny, it's supposed to be this way. And what would you rather have me wear? My New York Yankee cap on my graduation day?
I mean, if I go back to high school and finish, I gotta walk around looking like I got a pancake on my head? Oh, no, and you gotta wear a dress? Mondo, take it from me, your best friend. You're gonna make every Bronx Puerto Rican look like a wimp.
Ave María, qué bruto. Tiene una mente como un fútbol. Nada por aire adentro.
Now, I got half of that. What did you really say?
What I really said was that you are my best friend. And I accept your ignorance.
Hey, President Space, this is CB. You out there?
Yeah, CB, I copy.
So, Armando, the big day's coming, huh? The big party? Hey, you know, I was in the kitchen all last night slaving just for you. I made your favorite food. Armando, angel cake.
That's great. You know, everybody's chipping in. Every little bit helps.
Yeah, Armando, but like the cake was the best I could do for you. But you know, what I would really like to do, you know, if I could do, I would like to send you on a cruise, on a love boat, all around the world. Dreams, huh? Hey, you know what happened to me this morning? I go for my milk, my newspaper. They're gone. Yeah, some creep must have come and taken them right in front of my own door. Can you imagine that? Nerve. Hey, you seen Johnny yet?
Yeah. Johnny's here with me. I'm giving him the mic.
How you doing, CB? I'm in a rush, okay? So, I'll pick you up by 12 noon. So grease those wheels. Signing off. Later.
Johnny, come back. Johnny, come on back. Hey, Johnny, come
Gee, I
back.
think it's going to rain.
Johnny, come back, come on. Oh, fire. Oh, poor baby. Poor baby. Honey, come here. Guess what? Somebody stole your milk. Here. You're gonna have to have water this morning.
Going to the chapel and we're going to get married. Going to the chapel and we're going to get married. Gee, I really love you and we're going to get married. Going to the chapel of love. This spring is... Tina, where are you? Honey, listen. This isn't just a beach ball. It's a beach ball with your face in it. Oh, Tina, are you all right? I'm sorry, believe me, You believe me, right? I'm not serious enough? Is that my problem? What am I supposed to do? You know I take brain vitamins, doctor's orders. I bet you're with Armando right now. I wonder what you're telling Armando. I bet you're telling him you love him, right?
Photograph with the parrot, $3. For you, special, no girl, $1.
What are you talking about? This is my girl right here.
You got a girl? Okay, we take a picture with you. Okay, bye-bye. Good girl, Chica. Dinner time at City Island.